Alright, Larry back here with you on this cold December morning. Here in Florida we're in yo-yo weather. You know, freaking 50s, 60s in the morning and 80s in the afternoon. So my AC system is a little confused. So what you're looking at right now, this is one of my my surfing days on the internet, and ran across this on eBay, and it was pricey, but I saw who made it, so I went to Fantastic Plastics website, and lo and behold, it was a lot cheaper on their website than what the person on eBay was looking for it. So I was like, I always liked this ship. I always liked the and if you're not familiar where this came from, let me zoom in right there. But that's the old Leif Ericson and renamed UFO from the AMT kit. But this is the scout ship, the little scout ship that goes in the landing bay. I think the original one's probably about maybe 2 inches big. This thing here is about 7 or 8 inches, and it's solid resin. So I bought it. Call me impulse buy. So I don't care. I'll eat peanut butter and jelly for a freaking month. Just fucking hobby's addictive. What can I say? So this is what you get. You get this is solid resin. You get a little bit of a cockpit. Here's the the top half of the hull, which is hollowed out. So, and it's got a little control console, a couple of seats, clear canopy, and then the engines, which let me show you on the instruction. This is the way they want it, set up. This is their stand. I'm not a fan of it, so I'm going to leave it off. I think what I'm going to do is repurpose 2 of the engine bells for the back here, and Alan over there at Fantastic Plastics kind of like, what the hell are you doing to my ship? I drilled holes in it. That's what I did. So what I did was I drilled 2 holes the length of the body here. So they go in there, they come out, they don't come out, they end right about here. And then I kind of angled through this down to each side, and the intent was, let me get my fat fingers out of the way. The intent was I was going to put a light here and a light there and a light here, and as well as light up the cockpit. Now the cockpit I could not go through. So what I had to do, well, I didn't have to do it. I'm sure somebody out there probably could have done it a different way, but what I did is drilled a hole down here, and then just cut a groove here that goes back to, I can get back to the camera, that goes back into here. What'll happen is, once I get all the wiring done, I'll put a piece of plastic in the bottom, cover that, and then this piece goes in like that, this vent system. So that'll hide all of that. Like I said, not too elaborate, but just a means to light this. So I'm gonna play with different light sizes. Probably 2mm, clear for the side here. Just as forward lighting. Oh shit, I can get you in there. 2mm lighting, each side there. Just give me some forward lighting. This I drilled out. I was gonna put kind of like maybe some guns. Just a couple of hollow tubes of small hollow tubes of styrene, just to depict a gun. As I'm working on this thing has got elements of like the Klingon, that part there. Don't tell me that don't look like part of the Klingon battle cruiser. That part there. the wings kind of give me a feel of the new style Romulan ship. So and then overall, they say this thing is insect looking like, but I think it was Matt Jeffries that designed this thing. Kind of had a little bit of influence on or drew on some influence from the other Star Trek ships. But anyway, so that's a project here. This kind of, I don't know, somehow it got bumped up in my queue. I always liked this ship, like I said, like the design of it. So spent a couple of nights working on this while I was messing around with a car. That's 2 months overdue, which we'll get into. So anyway, I figure I'd just give this a kickoff. Like I said, this is kind of made its way up to the front of my to-do list. I'd like to get it out. Not sure what color I'm going to paint it. There was really no set color scheme for this thing. It was just I won't say an afterthought on AMT's part, but anyhow, I'm thinking maybe light grayish, maybe light grayish green, kind of give it that alien thing. Definitely won't be silver, that's for damn sure. So I was thinking about like maybe a reddish color, but I'm saving that. I actually have Randy Cooper's Phoenix, which I'm gonna, I won't say duplicate what he did, but I liked what he did with the Phoenix, so I'm gonna plagiarize, call it what you will, but hey, when it looks good, you gotta have one. So anyway, alright, so that's it for now. Like I said, this is the fantastic plastic Vega Scout ship. Alright, the casting is really good. It's not perfect, it's good. I got a little, had a couple of issues, and just trying hard to do it with one hand. Like that's your frame. The two halves, it was obviously molded in two halves. The top and the bottom halves don't quite line up. No matter how much I sanded here, I didn't want to sand anymore because I took off quite a bit. But anyway, I'm going to fill this with some of the Evercoat. So other than here, on both sides, it had a distinctive lip. The other slight issue, which is not an issue, when you put the top half of the cockpit on, they don't line up, and it's enough that I don't want to sand it because then it'll make it paper thin. So I saw I'm not going to call it a trick that Randy Cooper had done, but it's kind of one of those skills that you pick up from watching some of the masters do it. But there's a way of filling that gap in, not the gap, but building it up, and still have this thing removable to do a little bit of sanding. So you have to kind of go back through one of his videos, and he shows you how to do it with the Evercoat. Essentially what he does is on one of the surfaces, I thought he had taped it up, and then he kind of applied some kind of a grease or something, not grease, but something that was slick like Vaseline, so that the two surfaces don't stick. So once you apply the Evercoat, you take your other half, you put it together, you hold it there, and then the Evercoat, before it goes 100% solid, it gets like gummy, if that's the word. It gets like Play-Doh, and you can take a sharp X-Acto and trim it the way you want it, so you don't have to sand off 2 pounds of Bondo to make it fit. But anyway, so that's kind of the technique I'm gonna use to build this up, because the back side of this yeah, the back side of this and the top part of that don't quite line up. So not a big deal, but just a little bit of work. Kind of looking forward to seeing this thing complete. So I got, like I said, I spent a couple of nights working it. I got my channels for my lighting. Just gonna clean this up. I'm gonna look through my parts. My parts junk bin, you know, for, I think this is 1/72nd scale. But I want to add a couple of more seats here, you know, as these kind of sit there. It's just the cockpit is a little bit big for, you know, only having 2 seats. So I figure add a couple more seats, you know, on the side, maybe another console on either side. So, you know, like I said, got the windows. You know, get over there. So you got the windows kind of like that. So definitely, you know, you can look down. If I put 2 chairs or something here, I don't know. We'll see. We'll play with it. But anyway, so that's it for what they're calling the Vega Scout ship, and from Fantastic Plastic, 1/72nd scale. Like I said, I'm gonna dig through my parts, see what I got. All right. So appreciate you on this rainy Saturday weekend. Hopefully move on. See ya. All right. And while I'm talking about it, about Fantastic Plastic, these guys are good to deal with. I have a Quinjet among one of the kits that I've purchased from these guys. I've also got the helicarrier, and you know, I think I got one other one. I can't name off the top. Oh, I bought a couple of the Avatar, the Samson, and then the other one. But anyway, I'm digressing. The Quinjet, I had goofed up the cockpit, you know, the canopy, and I contacted these guys, and I said, you know, I was up front, and I said, you know, look, guys, I goofed up the canopy, and you know, the guy responded like right away and asked me, you know, what my address was, and it was the same time I ordered this, and lo and behold, I got a little box, shows up, he gives me a new canopy. I'm like, sweet. So, you know, kudos to customer service. But anyway, you know, thank you. So, alright, that's it for now. Like I said, this is moved up in my queue, so, you know, moving steadily.